Man, it's noisy next to this highway. Wow. Hi everyone, welcome to Moto Mengy. I just want to make a little video about motorcycle maintenance. Generally just reminding everyone to check your bike out now and then. Give it a look over, and definitely check your tire pressures regularly. I don't know what's going on with my Goldwing, but my back tire isn't holding the air like it's supposed to. Now, it's not leaking fast or anything. Generally, it seems to, like, over the course of a week or two, it loses a good couple PSI, like, regularly. Like this, like for example, this morning I got the bike out. I haven't ridden for about 2 weeks now. Just, it's been bad weather here in Pennsylvania. I've been busy, but I got the bike out of the garage this morning and I checked the tire pressure like I always do. Well, I check it like once or twice a month. But, and the front tire was fine, but my back tire was down almost 8 PSI. I was like, that's bizarre. So I actually put it up on the center stand and rolled the tire around looking for anything in the tire. I thought, well, it's gotta be something punctured, you know, it's gotta be a leak somewhere or something. That's just too much. Actually, this happened a few weeks ago when this happened the first time. But I couldn't find anything. I couldn't see anything, you know, sticking in the tire. I couldn't find any nails or anything in it. So I put air in it and I went out for my ride. I came back and the tire pressure was fine the whole way. I didn't lose any pressure the whole way. And then I checked it a few days again when I went for another ride. Tire pressure was fine. But now this morning, I went to get the bike out of the garage after not riding it for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. And lo and behold, it's down 8 PSI again. And again, I put up on a stand, I'm looking it over, I'm like, there's gotta be something in this tire. Well, I just don't see it. I don't see anything in it. I put air in it now and I've been riding, and it's still, you know, holding pressure fine. So if it has a leak, it's a very slow leak. But I'm gonna watch it now because now I'm aware of it. Yeah, there's something going on. I don't know what it is, but it's not normal, let's put it that way. But I just thought I'd remind everyone, check your tire pressures regularly, because I know there are some people that don't check their tire pressures hardly ever. They'll just ride and assume it's okay. And, you know, same goes for like your oil level too. Check your bike's oil level, because while the bike might be riding fine, you might not think, there might not be a puddle down below, you might not think anything's wrong. You never can tell unless you actually check it. You could be burning oil, you just don't know it. You know, you could have a ring that blew and it could be burning oil bad, and you wouldn't even know it if you weren't watching the oil levels. I'll give you a story from a friend of mine to reinforce this point even more. I have this friend, I'm not going to name names, you know, spare someone the indignity, but let's just, for argument's sake, let's call this individual Mike. Just you know, randomly. Let's just call him Mike. All right. I have this friend Mike who bought himself a dresser years ago. He had a Road King, I believe. Yeah, Road King, and then his wife wanted him to get a more comfortable bike for her to ride, so he bought a dresser. And from day one, he didn't like how this dresser rode. Actually, no way. I think she bought him the bike. Now I think about it, that might be how it happened. I'm pretty sure it is, actually. Now I think about it. But from day one, Mike didn't like the way this dresser rode. He just, compared to the Road King, he thought it felt heavy. It didn't hold lines well on the road. It just didn't handle it well. He just didn't like it. But he rode it anyway for years. We rode it down to Baggy Valley, down to Smoky Mountain areas, you know, a couple years in a row. Rode it down to West Virginia one time. I guess it was last year, actually. Stayed at this lodge down in West Virginia, and he rode down there, and again, he just doesn't like the way it rode, and he complains about the bike all the time. And we rode all these nice West Virginia back roads and had a couple of days of great riding. So one of the best bike vacations I ever had in my life, to be honest. But, you know, the whole time Mike's like, I just hate this bike, you know. This bike just rides like crap. The worst Harley he ever owned, he says. Well, we ride home from West Virginia, and we rode through rain. Actually, it was a bad ride home that year, that time. We got poured on almost the entire way home. We had to stop a few times actually just to get out of it for a while, take a break. But he gets home and he's looking over the bike or whatever, cleaning. I guess he was cleaning it, I think. And he noticed that the one tire looked low on pressure. He's looking at it physically. He's like, well, you know what? I better check and see what it's at. So he checks both his tires. And I kid you not, he said they're both down around like 12, 15 PSI. Both tires. And he was like, oh, holy crap. So he put air in the tires, put them where they're supposed to be. Got the bike, took it for a ride. Lo and behold, the bike rides like a dream. Suddenly the bike is beautiful. It handles great, it rides great, it feels great on the road. And he came to the conclusion that for all those years he owned this dresser, he realized he never once checked the tire pressure. He just, the guy he bought it, or the guy, I guess his wife bought it, and then it was a friend of theirs, I think it was from a friend of theirs. He just assumed the tire pressure was okay. And he just never really thought about it. He never bothered to check it. So all those years he was riding and complaining and just having a hard time with this dresser, he just needed air in his tires. That's all the problem was. Now I know a lot of you are probably saying, you know, what an idiot, that kind of thing, but you'd be surprised. A lot of people, you know, Mike's not alone in that. You know, lots of people don't bother checking their tires very often or checking their bike out very often. They're kind of like, some people take their bike to the dealer to get it serviced, and then other than that, they just put it in the garage, they take it out to ride it, they put it back away. They don't do anything else to it. Put gas in it and that's it. I've known lots of people like that. So Mike's not alone in that. That's not, you know, I wouldn't say it's a good habit to have, but it's not an uncommon one either, you know. I mean, there are people that just get on their bikes and ride and don't bother with the maintenance or the working on them or that kind of thing. Now, I've always been a little more maintenance oriented with my vehicles and my motorcycles especially, and my tractors and everything too. I don't like paying someone to do something I can do myself. So I'm frugal. When it comes to money, I'm frugal. Some would say cheap. Both are correct, but if I could do something maintenance-wise or work-wise on my vehicles myself, I'm going to do it. And if I could, you know, if I think I can do it, even if I don't know if I can do it, if I think I can, I'm going to try and do it. I always buy my service manuals for all my vehicles, for the most part. I mean, usually. I don't have one for my Tesla. I don't even know if you can get a service manual for a Tesla. I have no idea. But anyway, so the moral of the story is, check your tire pressures, check your oil levels. Just keep your bike well maintained, because you know, we're riding on two wheels out here amidst all these cars and trucks on the road. It's dangerous enough without having your own motorcycle working against you too. So a short little PSA by Moto Mengy, I guess. Now you know. G.I. Joe, Yo Joe, for all you 80s people out there. That's all I want to say though. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions or thoughts on that, or if you, let me know if you check your bike regularly, like maintenance wise, check your tire pressure and oil pressure, or let me know if you don't too. I mean, maybe you're like Mike and you don't bother with that kind of stuff. That's okay, not everyone does. I think everyone should, but that's my opinion. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching, thanks for riding along. Check your tire pressures, and talk to you next time. See you in the next video, later on.
Moto Mengy rides, freedom by his side, rolling on the miles, filming vlogs in style. Moto Mengy rides.